In Portal 2, you play as a human named Chell who is trapped in a research facility run by a crazy, sadistic computer named GLaDOS. To escape, you must solve puzzles using a special gun that creates portals, which you can use to teleport yourself and other objects. You meet a humorous robot named Wheatley, who helps you escape from GLaDOS Portal 2 is one of the 9 funniest puzzle games on PS3 because it combines clever puzzle solving with hilarious humor and witty dialogue. From GLaDOS' passive-aggressive insults to Wheatley's bumbling antics, the game is filled with memorable characters and laugh-out-loud moments. The game's humor also serves to enhance the gameplay, making it more enjoyable and engaging. Overall, Portal 2 is a must-play for any fan of puzzle games or comedy, and is sure to leave you with a smile on your face. Little Big Planet 2 is a puzzle platformer game developed for PlayStation 3. The game allows players to create their own levels and share them with others online. The game has a story mode where players control Sackboy, the protagonist, as he travels through various worlds, solving puzzles and battling bosses. Is one of the funniest puzzle games on the PlayStation 3 because of its quirky and humorous style. The game features a wide range of characters, each with their own unique personalities that add to the game's humor. The levels are filled with humorous moments and witty dialogue, making the game a joy to play. The game's creation tools also contribute to its humor. Players can create their own levels, characters, and even cutscenes, allowing for endless amounts of creativity. The game's community features also allow players to share their creations with others, leading to a never-ending stream of hilarious and inventive content. Overall, Little Big Planet 2 is a must-play for anyone looking for a fun and funny puzzle game on the PlayStation 3. Its charming characters, witty humor, and creation tools make it one of the most entertaining games on the platform. Scribblenauts Unlimited is a puzzle game for PS3 that lets you create objects to solve puzzles.
When Maxwell turned to continue down the road,
the game has a large open world where you can explore and solve puzzles. You play as Maxwell, a boy who must save his sister by using a magic notebook to create objects. You can type any word into the notebook and the object will appear in the game. For example, if you need a ladder to reach a high place, you can type ladder, and it will appear. The game has over 30,000 words you can use to create objects. Scribblenauts Unlimited is one of the funniest puzzle games on PS3 because of the creative solutions you can come up with. You can use objects in unexpected ways to solve puzzles. For example, you can create a dragon to scare away a group of bullies or use a giant donut to distract the guard. The game also has a great sense of humor, with funny dialogue and quirky characters. The game is easy to pick up and play, but challenging enough to keep you engaged. Overall, Scribblenauts Unlimited is a fun and funny puzzle game that will keep you entertained for hours. The Swapper is a puzzle game for PS3 where you control a person who has a device that can create clones of themselves. The goal is to use these clones to solve puzzles and explore a mysterious abandoned spaceship. The game is one of the 9 funniest puzzle games on PS3 because of its clever humor and unique atmosphere. The game's dialogue is witty and sarcastic, and the puzzles themselves often have a dark and ironic twist. The game's art style, which features handcrafted environments and clay model characters, is also a big part of its appeal. It creates a sense of immersion and makes the game feel like a real-world adventure. Overall, The Swapper is a great puzzle game that combines humor, creativity, and a sense of mystery. If you're a fan of puzzle games, or just looking for a good laugh, it's definitely worth checking out on PS3. Catherine is a puzzle game released on the PS3 console. The main character, Vincent, is a man who is in a long-term relationship with his girlfriend, Catherine.
Hey, where'd you go?
However, he begins to have nightmares where he must climb a tower to escape from monsters. Along the way, he meets a woman named Catherine who seduces him.
Use the directional buttons to move and climb.
The game is split between the tower climbing puzzle sections and the story sections where Vincent navigates his relationship troubles. Catherine is one of the funniest puzzle games on PS3 because of its quirky characters, the game takes a lighthearted approach to serious relationship issues and presents them in a comedic manner. The tower climbing sections are also humorous, with Vincent's movements and reactions being exaggerated and comical. The game's unique blend of puzzle gameplay and humorous storytelling make it a standout title on the PS3. Quantum Conundrum is a puzzle game where you play as a young boy who is trying to rescue his uncle by solving a series of mind-bending puzzles where you can shift between different dimensions in order to solve puzzles and progress through the game. The game is considered one of the funniest puzzle games on PS3 because of its quirky sense of humor and witty writing. The game is full of clever puns and jokes that will make you laugh out loud.
The repetitive, periodic, articulating Gruide.
The game's protagonist is voiced by John Delancey, who is known for his role as Q in Star Trek. The puzzles in Quantum Conundrum are also very challenging and brings a lot of humor and charm to the game.
Dimensional rifts in the manner are magnified by the stabilizing energy from the IDS receptacle and batteries.
The game requires you to think creatively and use your problem-solving skills to progress through the game.
And neodymium dope, yttrium aluminum garnet laser.
The game's use of dimension-shifting mechanics adds an extra layer of complexity to the puzzles, making them even more satisfying to solve. Quantum Conundrum is a hilarious and challenging puzzle game that is sure to keep you entertained for hours. If you're looking for a fun and funny puzzle game on PS3, then Quantum Conundrum is definitely a puzzle game on PS3 where you play as a giant boulder rolling down a hill and smashing obstacles in your path. The game is set in different historical time periods and you must navigate through each level to reach the enemy's castle and destroy it. The game is one of the 9 funniest puzzle games on PS3 because of its unique blend of humor, history, and gameplay. The game's absurd premise of playing as a giant boulder is accompanied by hilarious cutscenes and dialogue that poke fun at historical figures and events. The gameplay is also filled with comical moments, such as using cows as weapons or encountering obstacles like giant mousetraps. Overall, Rock of Ages is a fun and entertaining puzzle game that doesn't take itself too seriously. Its humor and lightheartedness make it stand out among other puzzle games on PS3 and provide a unique and enjoyable gaming experience. Trine 2 is a puzzle game available on PS3 where players control 3 heroes, a wizard, a knight, and a thief.
We cook the big fat one.
The game starts with the 3 characters being brought together by a mystical artifact called the Trine. Players must use each character's unique abilities to navigate through levels filled with puzzles and enemies. The wizard can conjure boxes and move objects with magic. The knight is strong and can break through obstacles, and the thief is nimble and can grapple and shoot arrows. Trine 2 is one of the funniest puzzle games on PS3 because of its whimsical and charming world, hilarious dialogue, and humorous interactions between the characters. The game's beautiful graphics and physics-based puzzles add to its overall comedic effect. Players will find themselves giggling as the knight stumbles over his own armor or the thief gets caught in a trap. The game also features cooperative multiplayer, allowing friends to join in on the fun and solve puzzles together. Overall, Trine 2 is a delightful and entertaining game that is sure to keep players laughing and engaged. Fez is a 2D puzzle platformer video game developed by Polytron Corporation. The player controls a character named Gomez who lives in a 2D world that he discovers is actually a 3D world. The game's objective is to collect cubes and anti-cubes to restore order to the universe. Fez is considered one of the funniest puzzle games on PS3 because of its quirky and whimsical nature. The game's graphics are pixelated, but charming and colorful. The puzzles are challenging but not frustratingly difficult. The game also has a great sense of humor, with witty dialogue and funny characters. One of the game's most unique features is the ability to rotate the world in 90-degree increments, allowing the player to access new areas and solve puzzles in creative ways. This mechanic adds a level of depth and complexity to the puzzles that is both engaging and satisfying. Overall, Fez is a delightful and entertaining puzzle game that is sure to bring a smile to the faces of players of all ages. Its humor, charming graphics, and clever game design make it a standout title on the PS3.